Hey guys, I'm NL10, and yeah, that's right, I'm trying the beard thing. It's not working out too well. It's pretty patchy and it's really itchy. I'm probably going to shave it off pretty soon. I'm going to have to apologize for the sound quality. My sound setup is just fucked. So anyway, let's talk about poker. I was playing poker today, and I had this crazy few minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes at this table. Sat down with 10 bucks, and then after 3 or 4 minutes, we had 45 bucks. And just some huge hands, some crazy play. It was really insane, and I just want to share it with you guys because it's just kind of funny and interesting. But also because like these hands, they illustrate 3 poker concepts that I find really interesting. And when you watch the video, you can think about these concepts and how they relate to the video, how they relate to the hand. So one concept is table image. When you do crazy stuff, people think you're crazy and then they pay you off. Also, the second concept is tilt. Now, it's not our tilt, it's the other guy's tilt. So when they lose a big hand, or when you bluff them, or you take a crazy line, it pisses them off. And if you can pick up on that, then you can exploit it. And you'll see what I'm talking about in the hands. And the third concept is exploiting the fish. So figuring out who the fish is, and like what they're capable of, and how you can exploit that by taking like aggressive lines, doing some crazy stuff, and which makes them tilt, and then gives you crazy table image, and it all feeds off on each other. These 3 things, they cycle through, and they just build and build and build. And yeah, I just want to say there's a couple mistakes. I say min raise. I say it a few times, but one time I wasn't talking about a min raise. I meant to say when you raise and then the other guy wants to re-raise, but he doesn't have enough money to put in a full re-raise, so it's a partial re-raise, and then you can't make another re-raise. I don't know what that's called, but that's what I was trying to say. But you can just ignore the whole thing because it doesn't make sense anyway. And another mistake, I said king 10 when I meant queen 10. And so anyway, guys, like those 3 concepts, think about them while you're watching the video. And if you have any comments, or like you want to talk about any of that stuff, or just talk about the hands that we played, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let's have a discussion. Put a comment below. Alright, that's it. I'm going to shut up and let's check out these hands. I just had to stop my session to make this video because, man, just check it out. This guy is the biggest calling station. And I just sat down at the table, and I think I stacked them like 3 times in a row. So let's see where we... Alright, so we sit down at the table. Oh, I didn't stack him right away. I normally don't open king 10 here, but I want to play hands with this guy. Show you this hand first. Yeah, he's he's tilting and min raising all the time. We'll call and just probably let him have it post flop if we don't flop a good hand. Yeah, we flop a bad hand. He probably has air, but not gonna fight for it. So I'm not gonna take a stab too because he never folds. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this hand. Let's see, we have like no equity. So this, oh sweet, I'm gonna open kind of big here to isolate the calling station with something good. He's got 140 big blinds. Okay, while we're waiting, this was a light 3-bet. I don't really think it's a great hand. I just figured most of the time people are going to fold. His open looks kind of weak. Looks like he's trying to steal the blinds from the cutoff. So it's a good flop. We got an overpair. Is probably the best hand. We'll just bet for value. He calls with a lot of stuff, and on the turn we'll bet for value again too, because he'll call with overcards. He'll call with ace high. He's a huge station. You'll see what I mean when I show you in the replayer. And oh, that turn, the river card is kind of ugly. He might have a straight. It's not very likely, but he could have 2 pair or a set. I want to get more value, but I'm worried if we raise, he might put us all in, and then that would really suck. But yeah, I think we'll go for a bit more value here. Or maybe we should have made it a bit smaller so he can call with more stuff and we can get away from it if raised. But I don't know if I'd get away from it if we were raised. Oh, why am I sitting out? Oh man. I was sitting out the other tables. I sat out all tables because I wanted to make this video. Accidentally sat out this one too. Anyway, so we'll look at what happened here. So yeah, light 3-bet, hoping people fold. If not, we might get some equity on the flop. Otherwise, we're done with the hand. Here, playback's too fast. We flopped an open ender, so I'm betting pretty big to generate folds a bit more. And if he happens to call, we might spike something nice on the turn. And he calls. And the turn helps us. We now have a flush draw and a straight draw. So we have a lot of equity. And I choose to shove here. Now that I think about it, this isn't really a great bluff. We do have a ton of equity, but it's hard to represent a set here because we 3-bet pre-flop, and we're not likely 3-betting with 8s, 7s, or 2s. We could be representing an overpair here, and he might think that and fold a flush draw, but if he's got an overpair, he might not fold because our move looks pretty bluffy. He turns over queen jack, so I guess he had a flush draw on the flop. Pretty loose call pre-flop. I don't think I'd call queen jack to a 3-bet out of position. But anyway, he got lucky on the turn, and we got lucky on the river. So we take it down, double up, next hand. So that was pretty lucky. Here we got aces versus ace king. Like, just look how he plays this. I realize that our table image is probably pretty maniacal at this point, so I think I want to take advantage of that and just open huge here. I didn't know this guy was a calling station yet, did I? I can't remember if I had labeled him previously or not. Anyway, he calls, and this guy who's probably tilting, he calls too. So notice the SPR. He's got $3. There's $3 there. He's got, so SPR2 with this guy, SPR1 with this guy. It's a pretty connected flop. Like, somebody could have 2-pair if they're really, really loose. This guy probably doesn't have 2-pair. We don't know about this guy. But really, like, nobody should have an awesome hand here unless they have a set. But we're committed, so I just bet pot. I bet this guy's stack. I don't want to bet like 250 and then have this guy put in a min raise. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's what I was thinking at the time, but I don't think it really makes sense now that I think about it a little more. And this guy calls. Remember, he's got ace king. He's calling all this with ace king, and he's got to put the rest in here. And he calls ace king. 0% equity. So we take it down. Now we got $33 in 2 hands. And here's the next hand. Okay, we fold a couple hands, and then we fold. Oh, okay. Here, this is ridiculous. So yeah, we'll just see the flop. We hit trips, overbet, because this guy's a huge station. Don't like bet 15 or 20 cents here. Just like, he's tilting. He just lost a huge hand. He thinks I'm pretty spazzy, and he's gonna be like, what the hell is this guy doing with this overbet? I'm gonna call. And he does. Just keep. Here's another overbet. How much is the pot? How do I go back? Pot's $2. So we do another overbet here, and I'm trying to get stacks in by the river. So so now we got like $8 and then $6 behind, and we got quads. We river quads. Super awesome. The 3 hearts might scare him. Who knows what he's got? But he happens to have ace 8. So man, huge station. Huge station. Did any other hands happen? No, nothing else interesting. Just been folding.